And I think the reason it's so easy for me, it's exciting to me.
All right, Don. Thanks for joining today. You guys may know who I am. I'm Jason. I'm a business coach, but we're here to talk about Don and learn about his business that he's got, Silver Smoke. So, Don, why don't you tell us how you got into this business to begin with, man?
I wanted something different. I used to be in the service industry due to limousine valet company, and I just wanted to do something different. So I smoked cigars. I've probably been smoking cigars 17, 18 years. Every place I go closes at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Uh,
Pipe and Pint, Havana Fields, they all close early. So I said, what can we do to be different? So I started doing a little research, trying to find something that would be different. And we decided I started looking into trailers. I didn't really care for those too much because I don't think I'd be able to fix it the way I wanted it to look. And so I started digging a little bit deeper, and I said, I know what would look amazing is an Airstream. So we have a 1984 Airstream that has been retroed out. It is very vintage. That we can seat about 18 to 22. Mobile lounge. So we come to you. We provide the service, cigar cutting. We hold about 1,200 cigars. So I come to you and let you hold your private event, weddings. I do a lot of pop-ups at locals, the breweries and wineries and stuff in the area. And so that's just what we decided to do.
what a cool concept, man. What a cool concept. And the Airstream is beautiful.
Thank you.
You've
Thank
done a
you.
great job with it, man. It looks great. So, how long have you been doing it now?
The mobile lounge actually started in 2015. It was originally done by a guy named Jason out of Charleston, South Carolina. When I started doing research, I started looking for one that somebody could build the way we wanted it built. And while I was in the process of doing that, I sent some messages out to the owners that built that one, that
Yeah.
started that one anyway. And when we reached out to him, I said, do you still build these? And he was like, no. I said, well, I'm very interested if you decide to change your mind. And within 5 hours later, he sent me an email and he said, are you serious? I said, I'm very serious. I said, there's only a few minor changes I'd like to do to it, but I'm very interested in this. And he said, it's amazing that you said that. What's your offer? I gave him an offer. Called me back about 2 days later and said, are you joking? And I said, no, here's my offer. I know what I can do with this project and know where I can take it. He says, well, I'm in the process of building a brick and mortar in Texas. But everybody that has sent me an offer or done something has either backed out, couldn't get the money, wanted to make payments, whatever the situation was. And I said, nope, I am very serious. Let's do this. You send me all your information, have the lawyer draw up everything. And I said, we'll take care of it from there. We did it. And we decided to keep it in Charleston for a little bit, there was a lot of events already going down there. So we went down there, I rebranded it out, and then decided, okay, we've done enough down there. The name is out. Let's bring it back to North Carolina and start running everything here.
Who are your top 3 or maybe 4 best customers?
Venues, wedding vendors, or event planners. Those are kind of what's in the top of the radar right now. I've been reaching out. I've probably got about 10,000 business cards I had made, and they're going out everywhere. I'm going to not only venues, we're doing golf courses, theaters, anything that I feel that this can add to it. Local restaurants, local breweries, whiskey or bourbon distilleries. So we're reaching out a little bit of everywhere just to get it out. I've got 6, 7, 8 weddings booked between now and next year between here and Charleston.
The size that you've got now, is it the ideal size, or can you see having one that's a little smaller or a little bigger?
So it's weird. I reached out to a guy in New Jersey that had one for sale, but it only seats 9 to 12. What I did not like about it is, first of all, it has a bar in it. We do not serve alcohol. You can provide your own alcohol. What I've learned in the wedding industry is that there's all vendors there. There's already your bartenders, your mobile pop-ups of bars or mobile photographers. that's what we don't want to take away from. So we don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to come in. If you provide the alcohol, that's great. The other thing that besides of just the bar, it had TVs on it. We want people to relax. I have a surround sound on there. It's just like you're in a regular lounge. The music's playing. We have thought about adding some TVs in if somebody wants it for a private event, like if you having Super Bowl at your house or some type of weekend thing and you want TVs there, but it's not something that you will always see. I want it to where it's, we can seat 18 to 24, 22, comfortable, depending, size and things of that sort. But I just want people to be able to relax.
Yeah, as soon as you introduce the alcohol thing, then you're competing with a lot of the opportunities you've got, and that's
correct.
not wise. So you've got your niche, and so do they, and that all works together pretty well. In relation to the connect and support the triad group, there's quite a few members, 2,000-3,000 members in this group now. How can this group help you or make some strong connections in the area that you've identified, but maybe not gotten into conversation with folks? I mean, someone in this group knows people that you want to get to know. So why don't you throw out a couple of ideas that people can marinate on and be able to help you?
Well, what I'm starting now is kind of a referral program. I am putting it together as well. Is that if somebody refers something, like we thought about, like restaurants were $125 for pop-ups. Well, I'm here to take that away now and say it's free for us to do pop-ups, especially if we have just those open times. So if somebody can refer somebody, if it's a private event, if it's a pop-up, they get 10% of what our sales are profit-wise. Or if they do a private event and they book us we will then do 20%. So there's a way for us to be able to work it. I'm working still on this little program. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do it. But I've written a lot of it down and noticed that when I took on this project, I thought, okay, this will kind of only be a weekend thing. Oh no, it has grown so quick, faster than I thought it was. So those are some things that I am working on. I would be happy to send that out once I figure exactly out how I want to do it. I've been playing with it for about a week or two, and trying to figure that out. Another thing that I am looking for, but I realize I can't do it all. So I've been trying to reach out for somebody that can do, like, maybe do a blog, or that's what their specialty is. That's, those are things that I'm looking for, or video log, doing a YouTube. We got a YouTube channel. There's nothing on it. I don't have the time.
That's right.
And I realize the way business works is that I can't do it all myself. It's better to have a team and some partnerships here and go that way, and then it can grow the way it wants to. So the way I look at it is, if I put money into it and someone's doing what I need them to do, but then we work great as a team, and I don't have to worry about that being done. I know it's being done. It's getting up there. People are seeing information that needs to be seen.
That's right, and I love where your head's at there. There's no doubt that you could be successful at doing video logs, like you're saying, vlogs. There's no doubt that you could be successful at that, but you can't. And this, I learned this in the business that I had prior to coaching. But you can't do everything well at the same time.
You can't.
Like, you can do a couple of them well, but you can't do all of them well. And for your business to really go where it can go and get yourself out of the way, you've got to rely on other people. To your point, and some of those might be W-2, and some of them might just be vendors that you work with for different things. But
correct.
The sooner you take action on that idea, the better things go. And, like, there's got to be a balance of what the finances can support and all that too. But you're absolutely right. So I love that you're already there in your head on how that's you got to keep yourself out of the way of the business growing, in other words.
Well, I think I learned that more when I owned a limousine valet company, and trying to do it all myself. I thought, hey, this is my business. This is my baby. I'm the only one that's going to do it that way. It don't work that way.
That's right. How many team members did you have in the limousine service when you had that business?
5.
So when it comes to systemizing or holding accountable the team, treating customers the same way that you would, how did you handle that in the limousine business?
There was biweekly meetings that, your job is to take notes, us to go over certain things. What I always ask people, don't hold back. You've got something that's going on, or you feel a certain way, speak up. There's things that, and I used to be that way. Like, I don't want to step on somebody's toes or make somebody upset or mad, but there's a way to do it, of asking questions to get those things out. Um, and be able to handle it across the board. And that's what took me the longest to learn. And I had to explain that to people. Like, speak your mind. No idea or no your thoughts or concern is not a bad one, because just because I see it this way and this is the way I wanted to do it, maybe your way is a better way. So let's take this time to talk about these things and see how can we make this better. My job is to grow this, to make it that I'm known everywhere. And it's and like I tell people, it's not about who owns it. For all I care, you can tell people ownership is just a name. It's more of growing a business to where we want to keep the same thing. We want the same type of clientele that we usually get. So, like, I've done a lot of research. There is some mobile Airstreams out there that say 420 friendly. We don't allow that. We don't allow cigarettes. We don't allow vapes. Our thing is to keep this clean, classy. It's a lounge. I want you to feel like you're at the top of that, your Gatsby, that you're in that place that you feel relaxed. And so I can get that repeat customer, also that referral that goes out that just says, hey, you got to have this.
Yeah, and as soon as you try to chase all those different markets, then you're not a meaningful presence for anyone in particular. So you've got to maintain your presence and your value to that market that you really want to capture,
That's
and
correct.
then protect it. I like the way you said it, clean and classy. You want to protect that. If someone wants something else, then they can go somewhere else, and that's okay.
That's it. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. What are some venues during the week? Because a lot of times weddings are weekend, right? So, what are some particular venues during the week that have been really strong for you so far?
Restaurants. So what happens is you have these restaurants, and I know how people get. So you go to a restaurant and they tell you it's an hour wait. Okay, well, that hour wait seems like forever when you got to sit in your car or stand there and just wait. So if I am out front, now your patrons have a time to walk in, smoke a cigar, just hang out. There's 3 ACs on there. There's 3 heaters on there. There's always some either jazz or some lounge music playing that people are just relaxing on there. So now you're at 1 hour wait. And like I said, if you provide alcohol and they're allowed to walk out that door and they can bring it onto their Airstream, well, they're coming inside and they're going to relax. And so now your hour wait seems like to them, well, dang, our table's wait ready. They've been in there for 45 minutes and didn't have no idea they've been sitting there that long.
That's
Because
right.
they're comfortable. It's great conversation. People always have questions about cigars. I've never smoked them. 40 to 50% of my clientele are first-time smokers. They've never smoked a cigar before. So I keep mild, I keep very flavored, I keep in the middle kind of rows, I keep medium, and the very top of your connoisseurs that smoke cigars all the time, they know what they're getting. They know what they want. So that's the way to do it. Restaurants are doing great, especially during the week. Or like I'm working with Dram and Drought down in Greensboro. We're trying to put together a bourbon and cigar night. So those are things that we're trying to do on one of the real slow nights. And we're working with the reps from the cigar side and from the bourbon side. And we're going to put together one of those soon. So we think that would be a great pairing night to do things like those.
I've actually got 1 or 2 clients that I work with in mind that they're not restaurants, but they're businesses that it might make a lot of sense to do an event. Have this as part of their event from time to time. So, like I said, you got my wheels turning because it's a pretty cool concept. It's different, and you're also protecting the environment, the atmosphere, in a real specific way, which I also like.
I'm in Archdale on Friday. We're doing the wet whistle, where we're having coffee, wine, and cigars. And they have live music playing, and they have they have one of their wine reps out that's going to be giving out free tasting on Friday. So I'll be there Friday. Saturday, I'm at Brown Truck for Dad Fest in High Point. So we're there basically all day long. And Sunday, I'm at Incinerary in Louisville. I'm working with Dram and Drought in Winston-Salem for their grand opening in Winston-Salem and in Raleigh. I've been talking with Flemings and Roof Chris. So those are things that we're working on. We haven't scheduled dates here. I mean, I do Four Saints in Asheboro. I am doing Leo's Whiskey in Asheboro very soon. Actually, that's July 29th. I mean, so I've got 2 weddings in August. I mean, I'm a little bit of everywhere.
Where do we go to find where you're going to be and when? Is that
So
all on your website?
Most of it is on my website.
Okay.
I try to keep up with it as much as I can as soon as I
Sure,
get
there's
loaded.
a lot going on, right?
But under Silver Smoke Cigars, under events, most of them are there. I mean, High Point Food Rodeo was amazing. It did us great to be there, and we was located right in front of the Rocker Stadium. And the things that are coming to High Point, it is amazing. And everybody, the question now is, what do you got booked for Furniture Market? So that's right. What we're trying. That's where we want. I would love to be set up at the Furniture Market for the whole week, so people can just walk in, get cigars, and relax as they're walking down the street. I haven't met the right person yet, but that's the goal. That's where I want to be.
That's right. That's right. There's so much opportunity for this, Don. I'm really excited for you. This is great, man.
And I think the reason it's so easy for me, it's exciting to me.
It just reminds me your comment about energy. So my background, I had a couple of retail stores up in the mountains, and we sold outdoor hiking and climbing and kayaking gear and clothing and stuff. And I had a gentleman come in one time, and he bought several really high-end jackets, and that was kind of cool to see somebody come in that really appreciated the higher quality stuff that we had in the store. And we put a pile of clothing up on the counter, and then he turned to me and he said, "Hey, Jason, what else are you excited about in here?" I've never had anybody ask me that before. Just like, but it was obvious to me, like he felt the energy. I was excited about what I was doing. I was excited about what he was doing, and we were really on the same wavelength. And when you share that kind of energy, people feel it, and it makes all the magic happen. So that's great, man.
That's what it does.
Well, Don, thank you for spending time with us today, man. Like I said, you got my wheels turning, so we're gonna have to reconnect and talk about some ideas. But
let's do it,
man. It was a pleasure to meet you here, and as soon as I get this together, we'll post it. Okay?
I appreciate it. I really do.